So moving on to the next part of our agenda, the first session, we wanted to just try if we can make it work. A couple of questions on Zoom, the Zoom poll, if we can try to launch it. We wanted to ask, why does burning of crop residues happen in your area? And I hope that the poll works for the online participants. And would we be, and please, I'm sorry for the ones that are here, maybe later at least you can ask in person, but for the participants online, we've pulled up a poll and hopefully they're responding. Shall we see the results? So we've asked them, what are the, why does open burning happen in your area? Some of the reasons Mushtaq has already highlighted, clearing land, saving labor cost to clear the land and depending on different types of crops in the area, saving on machinery costs or machine implements, sometimes difficulty to be able to collect, even if you're able to save the residues for other purposes, but collecting and transporting the residues for other purposes could also incur additional cost. There's also sometimes a traditional belief that burning the residues to clear land could sometimes be beneficial for the soil. So it would be nice to see what the responses of the participants are. And then it would also be interesting to see what action has already been taken in your city or country to be able to address open burning of crop residues. So some of these examples of alternatives, I expect Dr. Sabat will be explaining in a bit more detail later. But using compost to produce organic fertilizer, incorporating the residues on site into the soil, conservation tillage or other types of conservation agricultural practices, using the crop residues as alternative fuel source. I think there are a few others here. Alternative use of residues, and I know a couple of countries also are exploring whether more prescribed or controlled burning in certain types of areas would be an option, or no implementation of measures have yet to be done. Are we able to see the results in our screen? Okay, there. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so I think for the first question, we see here that most of the participants highlighted that the reason for burning is really to clear the land and also to save on labor and machinery costs. So I guess if we're able to address these issues and the reasons why burning happens, we'll be able to look for alternatives to be able to address them. And then in terms of solutions that have already been actions being undertaken, it's mostly in terms of using it as compost to produce organic fertilizer, and also this on-site incorporation of the residues into the soil. Did anyone say there was one response that no measure has been implemented yet? So maybe we can have more discussion later in terms of questions you may have about these alternative options. And please just send them in the chat, or they're also for the participants here. They can raise their hands, I think, later.